So I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to use the spreadsheet tool. I've just saved it on my desktop, and so when I open it, it'll open up and make sure that I agree to the overall license agreements and ask me where it is I might want to save this application. Once we've got past that, we'll have this sheet in front of us. There are 3 tabs. One to help you with the weighting of the strategic objectives, one that will help us do the process analysis, and then the final showing us the charts that we looked at. So let's take an example. Let's say over here we want to set up a strategic objective of ensure stakeholder satisfaction. And you may have several participants that are going to help us do this analysis and so forth. And what we can do is have them determine whether they give this a high, medium, or low. Now the scoring down here is how you come up with a high, medium, or low. And what happens over on this side of the sheet is those scores get stored. Let's say Sue gives it a medium and Amit also gives it a high. So now you have the overall score over here, and it tells us what the median is. And obviously if we reduce this to a medium, we'd see the median changes over here. The net is this allows you to have a conversation with your team about what their priorities might be as you go about setting up your strategy in the organization. Again, it's just a conversation, and we're trying to see if things are directionally aligned. Let's take another one in terms of speedy service, for example. And we're going to just, in the end, give this one a high. In the end, give this one a medium. And maybe we'll have another example down here, which is some great people who work with us. And for the sake of argument, just so we can do the scoring, give that a low. Now, when we move over to the Process Analysis tab, the strategic objectives and the weightings get carried over here. Now, we're going to put down your top processes. So, for example, something like customer service. Over here might be, I don't know, some funding operations that you might have. And maybe finally something about operations, whatever those might be. And again, what we're going to do is say, does this process have a significant impact on each of these strategic objectives? So does customer service have an impact on ensuring stakeholder satisfaction? Yes, it does. And in this case, we're going to give it a score of, say, A. It has a significant effect. Maybe for speedy services, for the sake of argument, we give it a C. And in terms of our performance, and great people, maybe we give it a score of F in terms of our performance. So again, in all 3 cases, it has an impact, and we've given it a score. And down here, we've suggested what an A, C, or an F looks like in the score. Does funding ensure satisfaction? No, so there's no score. Does funding ensure speedy service? Let's, for the sake of argument, say that it does. It has a high impact, and we're performing at a C level. How about operations? Does operations impact stakeholder satisfaction? Absolutely, and they're doing a great job. Does operations affect speedy services? Absolutely, and they're also doing a great job. And does operations impact great people? Absolutely, and we're doing a great job. So again, that's the scoring process. It operates much faster when you're by yourself than when you're with the team. But the net is these results then get carried over to this page where we have the strategic objectives. The blue bar represents how well you're performing, and the gold bar is a gap between how well you're currently performing and what the strategy calls for. Likewise, we have the same analysis by strategic or by process. In this case, operations. Because we gave it an A all the way across, there is no gap to close, whereas there's a significant gap around customer service. And that's it. That's all there is to do it. When you go to close down the application, it will ask you if you want to save it. And if you do, it'll save it in whatever the directory was that you asked for. Now, I want to emphasize this is a lightweight version of the spreadsheet that makes you familiar with some of the concepts and how you apply it. Obviously, when we help out our organizations, our clients, we use a much more sophisticated spreadsheet with more fancy algorithms and so forth. But for now, this covers off the concepts that we talked about during the seminar. If you want to learn more, feel free to contact us. I'm Brett at pm2consulting.com. Thank you for your time.